be a good, like, see where we're at.
Is this one my mic? There are two mics sitting out. Does it matter which one?
Both.
Doot, doot, doot. Doot. I think that's working. I'm doot dooting. Yeah, sure. If it works. Got the confirmation that sound is good. Is our Wi-Fi good? Someone said the feed is choppy. Oh yeah, like that looks so good. Okay, Jackets fans, we are here for Game 2 in Detroit. Jackets taking on the Brampton Canadiettes, which I think is going to be a hard one for me to say for this whole game. So I don't know what they're going to end up getting called. So Canadiettes versus Jackets, Brampton. Second of 3 Canadian teams that will play here to open this tourney up. First game tomorrow will be against South Ontario, and then we play Florida Alliance, the only team that is from super far away up here this year. I'm not sure. I feel like last year there were more teams that, more flying teams, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm mixing up with Chicago. But either way, we are about ready to start here. Jackets send out Jules Bramante in net. Juliette Darr to take the face-off. Olsgaard and Sullivan out with her. Myers and Dowse on defense. Myers sends it up to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to enter the zone, trying to make... Olsgaard gets a piece of it, sends it behind the net. That puck's going to pop out with Brampton. Brampton, though, loses it in the ref's feet, and now it's going to be Darr trying to pin that on the boards. Sullivan comes away with it, sends it back to Natalie. Natalie tries to get a shot off, goes right into the feet, though, and Natalie there, no nice stick check to poke that off, drops to the tops of the circles, looking for an option, can't find one, sends it back to Darr at the blue line. Darr sends it in low. Sullivan trying to get a tip on it, doesn't make it to the net, and Brampton's going to exit the zone, can't get a clean pass off, though, and it's going to be Myers getting dragged down, Darr back to pick it up. Darr sending it up to Thomas, but that's going to slip to the stick of the Canadiettes player, and that's going to slip the whole way down, and we'll get an icing call. So 14:06 to play, and we will get our first offensive face-off of the game. McInhill's going to take this face-off. She's got Thomas and Ori out with her, Volgasang and Lekorchik back on as the defenders. Puck drops to McInhill, tied up underneath. McInhill trying to send it forward to Ori, but that's going to slip all the way to the goaltender, and she's going to cover it and then get covered by her own player there. So we'll do a rinse and repeat on that one. McInhill down, trying to get sent to the corner. McInhill gives chase herself, sends it over to Ori. Ori pins it on the corner and back to McInhill. McInhill trying to get it to the center to Thomas. Goes there, but defended nicely. Lekorchik tried to drop low and defend that. Now that's going to go to Volgasang. Volgasang, nice. It's separating the puck, and now it's going to be McInhill behind the net. McInhill trying to send it up to Ori, but Brampton intercepts at the blue line. Blue liner trying to drop it down low. Sending it toward the middle, Lekorchik defending, and that does not make it to the front of the net. Lekorchik now into the corner. McInhill in there to help as well. Lekorchik trying to get it up to Thomas. Thomas trying to muscle her way through, gives it a whack, but goes right into the belly of the Brampton player, and they send that one deeper, but it's Vogelsang that's back there to collect. Vogelsang able to get that one nice and clear into the neutral ice. Jacket's trying to change some, and Vogelsang's going to be left defending. That one gets past her, but lots of help coming in off the bench. That one pops up to Flaherty. Flaherty trying to play it around the defender. Hits the stick, but Flaherty off to the races. She crosses into Brampton territory. Flaherty down into the corner looking for some help in front of the net. Flaherty still maintains possession, tries to send it to Clark. Mullet drops down off the blue line, tries to get a shot through. Doesn't quite make it, and now it's going to be Brampton picking it back up. Brampton behind their own net, trying to play it up the boards, and that one makes it through, and it's going to be Gutschall back to collect it. Gutschall back in her own zone, sends that one forward, gets tapped by Brampton, and now Brampton collects it in neutral ice, trying to skate forward. Flaherty there to make contact, comes to the stick of Gutschall. Gutschall trying to send it over to Svensson. Svensson loses an edge there, and tapped away nicely, though, again by Flaherty. Gutschall now into the corner. Clark loses a stick, but Picks it back up, and now Brampton trying to center this. They send it up to the blue liner. Blue liner takes a shot, but that one goes wide. Now it's going to be Mullet into the corner, trying to get this puck clear. Gets it up to Svensson, and Svensson trying to chip it through, but gets caught at the blue line. Blue liner trying to play it out, but Svensson picks her pocket, and she's off to the races. Svensson trying to get a shot, and she scores! Svensson with some filthy moves there, and she had a hard attacker on her and had to shoot from high off the top of the circle, but makes it look easy, and we have a 1-0 game, 11:50 to play. Dar taking the face off, trying to get it over to Sullivan, but that one's going to sneak into Jackets territory. Dowse back to pick it up. Dowse trying to play that one up the boards, but picked up by Brampton. Brampton now looking for her options. She sends it back behind her own net again. Trying to send it to the middle, but can't quite connect. And now Brampton's going to send it up to the blue liner. Blue liner drops down, sends it back to the wing in the corner. Wing sends it to the front, defended by Myers. And now Dowse trying to get this puck free along with Dar. Dar takes the body off the puck, and now Jackets trying to clear this out, but a little miscommunication. Brampton picks it right back up. Brampton looking for the front of the net, right underneath Bramonti, and a nice move there by Dowse to stick it under her booty and get that puck covered. .11:04 to go in the first now. McInhill to take the face off, picked up by Brampton. Brampton sends that one horseshoeing around the boards. She takes it into the opposite corner, sends it up to the blue liner. Blue liner takes it out of the zone, and we'll get an offsides as she tried to loop that one along the blue line and took it just a couple of inches past. Puck down to McInhill. That comes back to Vogelsang. Vogelsang trying to kick it to her own stick. And almost gets caught in the zone. Not going to be an icing call as this one's going to go the length. Thomas on the hard forecheck here, trying to get this one pinned. Ori down there as well. Jackets trying to get this one possessed here as McInhill loses an edge. Vogelsang still just trying to hold that blue line. That puck's going to pop free. Brampton picks it up. Svensson there to intercept. Svensson trying to get that one to the front. Jackets on the line change, though, and Vogelsang does her best to keep that one out of Brampton hands. And now Brampton trying to push their way through neutral territory. Puck going to bounce behind the Jackets net and picked up by Lakorchik. Lakorchik with a nice pass out to Svensson. Svensson gets it to Flaherty. And now Flaherty is going to cross the blue line and dump that one in. Clark gives chase along with Svensson. Brampton, though, the one to pick it up behind their own net. Flaherty trying to put pressure. Pass, D-to-D pass behind the own net. And Svensson tries to send one in. It goes off the leg pad of the goaltender. And now Brampton are able to get this one clear. Gutschall trying to pick it up. She sends it back to Mullet. Mullet trying to send it forward to the Brampton girls coming off the bench, but Brampton picks that one up. Brampton shoots and right into the breadbasket for Monty, and we'll get a quick whistle here. Puck goes down to Dar. Into the corner, sent up to the blue line by Brampton, but Sullivan able to pick her pocket, but she gets dragged down as she's trying to play that one through. Puck's still alive. Dar picks it back up. Jackets pull the goaltender. Jackets trying to keep this puck out of the Brampton hands. Picked up by Olsgaard. She sends it to Dowse. Dowse trying to drop it back down to Dar. Dar looking for an option, sends it to the front of the net, and a shot by Flaherty, and she scores! So Jackets put the second one on the board. I believe it was Dowse to Dar to Flaherty there, and Jackets take the 2-0 lead, 8:50 to play. Puck goes down to McInhill, slides over to the Thomas side. Thomas is trying to make contact there, and Brampton's going to come into the Jacket zone, but Jacket's able to quickly turn it around, and Cam Thomas is going to be the one to pick that up, trying to muscle that into Jacket's territory. She gets her path blocked, and now two Jackets may collide with the referees, trying to send that one out quick. The Brampton, Lakorchik makes contact with it, and it's going to be Vogelsang sending that one forward to Ori. And it's going to go onto the stick of the Brampton players. Brampton now going to cross into the Jackets zone, trying with a drop pass, and now Lakorchik hoping to muscle that one free. But caught by the blue liner again, bouncing puck, and Vermonti going to make a diving cover on that. 8:03 to play in the first. So puck gonna drop to Flaherty again. Puck's down, picked up by Svensson. Svensson trying to go off to the races, chips it forward to herself, but a bit too much muscle on it, and she'll send that one down for an icing. Puck goes down, and now it is going to be picked up by Svensson again. Svensson this time gets past the red line before she sends it chucking. Svensson trying to get that to the front, contact in front of the net, and now it's over on the Mullet side. Mullet along those boards trying to get this one locked in, but Brampton able to get this one out. Brampton trying to get her way past and through, but defended by the Jackets, and Jackets try to send this one the opposite direction. Jackets, there's puck gets sent in from the blue line, hits the skate of Gutschall, and then Svensson going to send that one the link. Jackets going to do change everyone. And now Brampton getting this one cleared out. Brampton coming across neutral ice. Nice stick check there by Douse, and now it's Dar coming in hot across the line. Dar into the corner. Sullivan peeling off the front of the net to try to get this puck free, and now it's going to be Myers. Myers trying to get that to the front, gets it to Dar. Dar picking it back up, getting to Sullivan. Puck still loose. Dar again, lots of traffic in front of the net, and that puck's going to go right into the goaltender there, as there were a few bodies on the ground there. I don't know if there was even a clear path to the back of the net on that one. Puck goes down to Dar. Sent back to Douse. Douse dropping it back down to Olsgaard. That one's going to slip into the corner, and now Olsgaard using the body. And Dar trying to send that one to the middle. It's broken up by Sullivan. Sullivan just fighting for it, but Olsgaard had her stick tied up there, and now Brampton trying to come back out and through the middle. Intercepted there by Dar, and then we're going to get a huge shove, and we'll get a penalty on Dar for that one. So Jackets going to go on their first PK here. So 2 minutes for cross-checking is the call. 6:19 to play. Jackets with Vogelsang, Lakorchik, Ori, and McInhill out there. Puck comes back to the blue line. Ori trying to break that one up, but Brampton sends it up to the top of the circles. Broken up nicely by Vogelsang. Vogelsang now trying to pick that one back up, trying to just clear it all the way down, and it's going to be McInhill able to chip that into neutral ice. McInhill giving chase. She just sends that one full weak side. Brampton going to have to be forced to go collect it. D-to-D pass in their own zone, and Brampton's going to send that one the opposite side, but Lakorchik again there to defend. And Brampton now will enter the zone. Pekorchik again defending and able to knock it off the first stick and the second. Now Ori trying to punch this one out, and it's going to be McInhill who is able to get it out. McInhill and Ori get that one clear and send it the length, but wasn't quite to the red line, and we'll get an icing call on it. Puck drops to Flaherty. Gutschall trying to get possession in the corner, but picked up by Brampton. Brampton sends it back to the blue liner. She tries to drop it back down to her wing. And now it's going to be Brampton just trying to make something happen here. They send it behind their own net. Jackets playing very conservatively. And shot goes into Bramante, and she gets a cover on that as Jackets were giving them a bit of room there. .507 to play, 18 seconds remaining in the PK. Puck goes back to the blue liner for Brampton. She tries to drop it into the wing. She comes down to the top of the circle, trying for that back door, but can't get it to go. And now Brampton sends it into the opposite corner. Brampton now behind the back of the net. Looking for an option here is, again, with room to dance, but Jackets back at full strength. Flaherty now picking it up behind the Jackets net, trying to send that one up to Clark. Caught at the blue line. Clark trying to punch it through the skates, able to get it out of the zone, but Brampton controls the neutral ice. Brampton now cross blue line, and Myers is going to be the one to collect there. As Myers went down, probably a hooking. Tripping. So Jackets, just like that, going on the power play now. Puck drops to Dar, picked up by Vogelsang. Vogelsang sends it to Douse. Douse trying to send it into the opposite corner, and now Sullivan trying to dig that out, sends it back up to Douse. Douse dances the blue line, drops it back to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to get toward the front of the net, defended well by Brampton. Brampton now trying to get this one clear, and they get it out, and they've got a chance at a free run at the net as Jackets trying to get back in time. Puck slipped a little far for a shot opportunity, and now Jackets trying to get this one clear. Dar able to get that puck off the stick of Brampton, and Dar gonna march this one down the ice. She's got Sullivan and McInhill with her, sends it back to Sullivan. Sullivan drops it to Douse. Douse trying to send that one in, and now it's gonna be Dar again picking it up. Dar to Vogelsang. Vogelsang trying to hit the corner, but Brampton's gonna get this one out. And Brampton just gonna toss that one into the zone. Jackets back to collect. Douse makes contact behind the net, trying to punch this one free. Dar in to grab it, and now Dar is gonna come up the ice, sends it over to Sullivan. Sullivan now gonna take it down, gets past the blue line, trying to fight her way free, loses the puck, and now Gutschall able to keep that at the blue line, but it is gonna be the Brampton Canadiettes sending it down for an icing call. So 3 seconds remaining on the power play here for the Jackets. 2:53 in the period. So Flaherty here to take the face off. Svensson and Clark out with her. And it's going to be picked up by Brampton. Brampton back at full strength. Svensson there trying to turn that one around, get it deeper into the zone. And now Clark trying to make contact, comes up to Mullet. Mullet trying to just gives it a hard whack to the opposite side. Svensson there to collect it. Svensson trying to dance her way to the front of the net. Comes back. Gutschall trying to make some contact there, but gets through, and now Brampton has a nice look, but it is going to be a cover there by Gramonti, and had a look on her face like she didn't have the puck, so I thought maybe she didn't, but all is well. 2:24 to play in the first. Jet puck goes down to Dar, and Brampton tries to send it back to the blue line, but it's going to be Dar that picks it up. Dar going to cross the blue line. She's got Olsgaard with her. Dar works her way into the corner, sends it up to Vogelsang. Vogelsang looking for an opportunity, drops it back to Dar, but picked up by Brampton. Brampton trying to clear this one out. Brampton now launching a girl there from the side, and now hard into the boards goes Vogelsang. Vogelsang trying to get this one free. And the Canadiettes pick it back up. They're up in the corner, and we're going to get a whistle for the net coming off, I believe. So 1:46 to go in the period. Get a defensive zone face-off here. It's going to be taken by McInhill. She's got Thomas and Ori out there with her. Puck comes back to the blue liner. Thomas trying to attack that blue line position, and she just drops it down the sideboards. Back up into the corner to the top of the circle. Shot comes in. Doesn't make it to the net, though, and picked up by McInhill. McInhill trying to get that one out, but it's caught at the blue line and tossed back in deeper. Now it's Dow's trying to clear it out, but again, caught at the blue line by Brampton. Brampton comes away from the wall with it, but McInhill able to catch that one and just get enough on it to get it out into neutral ice. Now it's going to be Dow's. Dow's was looking for Thomas on that far stretch pass there. Can't quite hit her, but it is going to go the length without an icing call, and Brampton going to be forced to work it back from distance. Brampton drops it there at the blue line. They are going to get it cleared into neutral territory. 52 seconds left. Brampton gets past the red line and chucks it in deep. It's going to be Gutschall behind the net to collect. Gutschall trying to get it up the boards. Can't quite make it through traffic. Sends it over to Mullet, though. Mullet now trying to get that one up to Svensson. Gets caught on the opposite boards. And now it's going to be Flaherty back to collect. Flaherty sends that one horseshoeing around. Trying to get that up to Clark, but doesn't quite go. It's going to go to Gutschall, and Gutschall hits Svensson on the pass. Svensson's got three with her. Svensson trying to hit Flaherty in front, and almost just past the nose of the stick there, and we're going to have that one horseshoeing back around 12 seconds remaining as Brampton can't quite connect on the pass, and that one is going to give us an icing call with 4.7 seconds remaining. So Jacket's going to put a sixth skater on here as they attempt to score in 6 seconds or 4 seconds. Puck drops to Dar. Dar trying to get that one free. Slides to the opposite side, and it's going to be for naught, as that is going to be time expired on period number 1. But Jackets are going into period number 2 with a 2-goal lead off of goals from both Svensson and Flaherty. And don't forget that we do get a mid-period ice cut. So the first time the clock stops after the 8-minute mark. And we will take a break, but it won't be a 15-minute break because they put their Zambonis in rabbit mode when they do it, so be prepared. Although we're at a different rink, so I don't know, maybe they don't drive their Zambonis as fast around here. we go with in period number 2. Puck drops to Dar. Brampton picks it up, sends it up to Douse, though, and Douse trying to send that one forward. Brampton able to collect it again, though, and now Sullivan able to intercept that one, trying to make something happen, but a lot of possession changes here. That one's going to go into the skates of Myers, and Vermonti with a nice stick sweep there to get that one out. Vermonti, though, loses the stick in the process, and now picked up by Brampton at the blue line. Vermonti, no stick in her hand here as Jackets need to clear this out of the zone. And Brampton, though, collects it at the top of the circles, trying to loop their way back around. Myers gives it a tap. Jackets need to just ice it and get their goalie a stick, but I don't know if anyone understands the assignment. Picked up by Meyer trying to, Douse. Douse trying to ice it, and now Sullivan gonna go down to pick that up. Vermonti still hasn't picked it up the stick, and Vermonti trying to get this one down. Brampton picks that back up. Jackets need a whistle. Picked up by Vogelsang. Vogelsang looping it back the opposite direction. Meyer trying to muscle this one in. And Vermonti did pick it up now. So Brampton trying to muscle this one out of the way. Picked up by Lakorchik at the blue line. She sends it over to Svensson. Svensson gets it defended well, and now into the corner. Flaherty picking it up. She's got Clark in the front of the net. Drop pass for Svensson. Svensson taking her time, trying to send that forward to Clark, but can't quite connect. And now Brampton out, crosses the neutral ice and into Jackets territory. Vogelsang picking it up. Vogelsang trying to get this one free from the corner there, able to get it out to Svensson. Svensson trying to get it over to Clark. Clark picking it up and just going to backhand it out of the zone. And Brampton now enters again, jumping it into the corner, and it's going to be Vogelsang back behind the net to pick it up. Vogelsang looking for an option, sends it up to Svensson. Svensson hits Flaherty, and Flaherty's off past the red line, but she's defended well, and now Brampton trying to move it back the other way. Brampton fights it through the defender, gets a shot off, and beautiful clear there by Lakorchik as that one went off of the goaltender. Brampton, though, back behind the net again, picking that up, taken off the stick by Vogelsang, and it's going to be McInhill now. Just comes to the stick of a Brampton player. Brampton trying to move it to the front hand and loses it, and now puck again behind the back of the net. Brampton picks it up. McInhill trying to get that one free. She sends that one over to Ori. Ori trying to get possession here. Backhand up to the boards, but caught at the blue line by Brampton, and Jackets still can't get it clear. Picked up by Lakorchik. Lakorchik able to get it clear to the stick of Brampton. Brampton trying to regroup now in the their own zone. And again, Vogelsang able to get it up to Thomas. Thomas crosses the line, takes it up to Dar. Dar, though, double teamed there and can't quite get a shot off. Olsgaard goes into the corner, trying to pick it up, and Mullet deep off the line to keep that one. Puck in front of the net. Another shot by Sullivan, still loose. Puck comes to the middle, shot by Mullet, and now that one's going to pop to the opposite side. Olsgaard trying to keep it in along with Gutschall. That's going to slip free, and that's going to be Mullet off to the races. And no need, because that will be an icing call. So we'll get a whistle. 11:20 to play in the second. So puck's going to go down to Dar here. Sullivan and Olsgaard as the wings. Sullivan trying to get that one over to Mullet, I think, and Mullet able to knock it off the first Brampton stick, and Olsgaard off the second, but Brampton still trying to push toward the front of the net. Brampton takes it around the back, and Gutschall now into the corner, tries to knock it free. Brampton, though, picks it back up, sends it to the blue liner. Brampton going to send that one horseshoeing around the boards to the opposite side. Brampton now goes, does the same thing again, and it's going to be Gutschall trying to be the first to that puck. Gutschall makes contact with it, and Dar drags it off the wall, but dangerous puck bouncing toward the middle. Brampton, though, going to pick it up at the top of the circles, looping it around, sending it to the front, but I think that went behind the net. Brampton now sends it back in off the blue line, and that's going to be picked up by Dar. Dar up across the neutral ice, and he takes sends it to Olsgaard. Olsgaard trying to send it over to Sullivan, and now Jacket's going to change 4 here as Sullivan is the... And Brampton with a cherry picker out there almost had the D beat, but Douse with some quick feet able to get that one securely off the stick. Brampton now back in neutral ice, collects the puck again, but sends it into their own bench. I hope that didn't hit the coach. Don't think it did. He looked like, I think he was just bending over to pick up the puck. He looked like he was collapsing. So we will get a whistle here and neutral zone face off. Jackets with Flaherty, Svensson and Clark out here. Myers and Douse back on D. Brampton sending it forward, defended by Myers. Myers getting it up to Svensson. Svensson loses it in the skates, I think, and now Svensson able to corral it, trying to chuck that into the zone. But Brampton really utilizing these cherry pickers, and Jules just eats that one alive right in the armpit. And we'll get a whistle here, 9:47 in the second. Jackets D needs to B-O-L-O. Puck goes over to the wall. Vogelsang trying to pick it up. Now it's going to be on the stick of Mackinhill. Brampton, though, sends it to the front. Shot, and I don't know. I think that went behind the back of the net again. Now it's Ori. Pick it up. She tries to get it up to Thomas. Thomas going the link, trying to be the first to the puck. Brampton there, and Brampton now behind the back of their net, trying to get this one clear. Vogelsang dropping off the boards, trying to get free, and Brampton again is now going to have 2 attackers. Brampton gets it to the front. Shot, and she scores. Jackets D. They had a 2-on-1 situation, hit the pass, and that one snuck in, absolute top shelf, popped right back out. Puck's going to drop to Dar, comes over to Brampton, and it's going to be picked up by Gutschall. Gutschall trying to chip it forward, but Brampton going to enter the zone again. Sullivan, though, comes away with it. Sullivan and Dar trying to get a hold of this. Now Brampton has it in neutral territory. They send it forward. Gutschall trying to make contact there. That's going to sneak past. Gutschall racing her way back. Gutschall with a nice stick poke the way there, and send that one horseshoeing around the boards. Olsgaard trying to beat that one to the blue line, but it comes back down. Mullet now to pick it up. Mullet looking for Sullivan, but somehow that one did not have the angle to exit the zone, and it's going to come back over. Olsgaard now trying to pop that one free, as long with Mullet. Jacket's now going to get it out. Mullet trying to go down the ice herself. Mullet gets it over to Dar. Dar dropping it to Sullivan, but it pops off the stick, and it's going to be Brampton back to pick it up. Jackets with 3 defenders here. Need to attack the puck. Nice stick move there by Douse. But Brampton with possession once more. Brampton sends it to the circle. Back up to the top at the blue line. Blue line to blue line pass. Sullivan trying to attack the blue liner. And now it's going to be Myers picking up. Myers sending it over to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to get control here, and Brampton going to try to turn this one back around. Dar going to get it past the mid-ice and ice it down as Jackets not aware of these girls getting feet behind them. Now Clark picking it up, but Brampton right back at it. Brampton sending it forward. Brampton now on the attack, sends a shot just sent aside by Pramonti, but Brampton collects again at the blue line, sending it low, dribbling puck and into the opposite corner. Flaherty now back to pick it up, sends it around to Vogelsang. Vogelsang now trying to get this one out to Thomas, but it gets caught at the blue line. Thomas giving it a diving move to get this one free. Vogelsang and Thomas now both on these sideboards trying to get this puck advanced toward Brampton's net, but Brampton going to be the ones to come away with it, the D pass, and they tried to send this one forward, crossing over into the across the blue line, and Vogelsang's going to give that one a nudge, and it will go for an icing call, but 6:52 remaining. I think this is the time that we will get our ice cuts, so we will be back in a few moments with the remainder of this game. Stop letting them get behind you. Because they have two of them up here. And our last defender was in the red line, and they had two at the blue line. Oh, it is. It is getting colder in here. So Jackets back on the ice here in Detroit. So Jack is back on the ice. Looks like we've got McInhill, Ori, Thomas, and then Dowse and Gutschall out on defense. Puck goes into the middle, makes it through, and Thomas trying to poke that one away from the wall. Puck bounces away again. Dowse with some nice defensive moves there, and it comes to Ori. Ori trying to get this one cleared. Dowse going to be back to pick it up. She sends it D to Gutschall. Gutschall trying to get that one free to Thomas, but comes off the stick, and now Brampton just able to keep this one at the blue line once again. And McInhill able to get this one out. Thomas comes away with it, trying to send it up to Ori, but she gets tied up, and Jack is going to change the lines. Sullivan comes on to attack. And Lakorchik defends that, but puck slides into the zone with a man deep, and we will get a offsides call here. So puck gonna go down to Dar, Sullivan, and Olsgaard with her. Puck comes underneath. Lakorchik able to get it back over to Sullivan. Sullivan and Dar gonna enter the zone. Sullivan trying to send it over to Dar. Can't get her stick past the defender, and that's gonna slide to the middle. Olsgaard trying to get that one free, but Brampton gonna come away with it. Brampton sends it too far though, and onto the stick of Lakorchik. Vogelsang. Vogelsang chips it forward to Olsgaard. Olsgaard gonna give chase all the way down past the net, but Brampton picks it back up. Brampton into neutral ice. Nice stick poke there by Sullivan. And Sullivan and Dar both trying to dig for that one right near the blue line. Brampton sends it back into neutral territory, and it's going to be Dar who gives it the final push into the zone as Jackets do a full sail change, and picked up now by Flaherty. Flaherty, though, can't maintain possession with a spinning Svensson, and Jackets again trying to just grab some possession here. Lots of pucks bouncing stick to stick, but can't seem to maintain an order to it. Puck shot by Clark went behind the net. Now Svensson back to pick it up. Svensson in the corner trying to get that one free, but Brampton able to get this one cleared out. That one slips to the middle, and Mullet defending well. Sends it into the zone. That one's going to slide back to Mullet. Mullet tries to make the pass, can't quite connect, goes into the side of Bramante, puck getting jammed into her still, and we will get a cover there after a couple hard knocks. So puck gonna go down to McInhill again. Jackets trying to punch this one out of the zone. Gonna come to the side of Dowse. Dowse behind the back of the net as Brampton trying to get it to the front. They send it back to the defenseman. Defenseman sends a low shot, goes I think it hit her own player, and then a nice breadbasket save there by Bramante as one of the Brampton players goes limping off. Was a hard shot on the net there. So Dar going to be out to take the face off along with Olsgaard and Sullivan. Dowse and Gutschall back on defense. Sent back to the blue liner. She sends a shot in. Gutschall tries to glove it. Puck goes to the front of the net and somehow escapes from behind. I don't know how that didn't go. Puck tied up by Olsgaard. Picked up by Dar. Dar gets it over to Svensson, and Svensson, I think, is going to draw the penalty here. Yep, and Svensson draws the trip, and we will get a Jackets power play here. So Dar, McInhill, Sullivan, Vogelsang, and Dowse. Puck goes back to Dowse. Dowse trying to skate the blue line. She drops it back to Sullivan. Sullivan with a lot of traffic on her. Brampton trying to get this one free, and they do, but Dar back to collect. Dar trying to get some room for herself. She hits the brakes, and now she's going to send that one over the long haul for Sullivan. Sullivan's going to enter the zone with McInhill and Vogelsang. She hits the brakes, sends it back to Dowse, but Dowse gets her pocket picked, and Brampton going to be off to the races. Vogelsang going to try to beat her there, but shot goes into the Monty's leg pads, and Jackets avoid the one-time goal on the breakaway. Vogelsang now with the puck. She's going to get to the blue line, tries to drop it to McInhill. McInhill leaves it for Vogelsang. Vogelsang with the shot, goes into the body. Puck's still loose. And now it's going to come back to, it's going to be Dowse back to collect. 36 seconds remaining on the penalty. Vogelsang gets it in, trying to send that one over to Sullivan. Sullivan slips under the stick, and now she tries to get it back to Dar, but it's going to be picked up by Brampton. Brampton going to send that one out where no one is, and Dowse is going to be forced to collect it in her own zone. Dowse sending that one forward to the just entering Svensson. Brampton, though, able to pick that back up. Vogelsang trying to get a hold of it. Dowse gets a stick on it to knock that one free. And Vogelsang going to send it up to Svensson. Svensson going to try to enter the zone. She's got a couple of bodies on her. Tries to drop that for the defenseman. Brampton now trying to play that out. Caught by Mullet. Mullet trying to play it around the defender, gets it over to Svensson, but Brampton gets a hold of it once more, and Brampton going to be trying to be off to the races here. Nice defense by Myers, able to separate the player from the puck. That's going to slide the whole length now. Mullet knocks it free, and it's going to be Flaherty trying to send that out with Bird. Make a play on that on the mid-boards. Ori comes away with it, but she's got some traffic on her. And a nice stick move there by Myers to get that one away from the dangerous shooter. And it's going to be Svensson just dumping it in. I've changed for the Jackets. Brampton again trying to take it down. Nice defensive play by Olsgaard, but Brampton's still able to make it into the Jackets' territory. Sullivan, though, going to come away with it. Sullivan across the red line. She's trying to fight her way toward the front of the net. Sends one, but it goes into the body. Picked up by Dar, though. Dar drops it back for Sullivan, send it back up to Lekorchik. Lekorchik looking for a shot, goes into the legs. Lekorchik, though, able to pick it back up, sends one, and that one's going to sneak wide over to, all the way over to the Vogelsang side. Vogelsang trying to drop low. She goes around the back of the net, looking for Olsgaard at the top, sends it to Lekorchik. Lekorchik, though, hits Vogelsang. Vogelsang, though, picks it back up. Puck's still loose. Brampton now able to pick that one free. Vogelsang tries to make contact at the blue line, and that one's going to sneak the whole way down. Vogelsang picks it up in Jacket territory, sends it up to Olsgaard, but can't quite poke that one free. That one is going to come free, and we will get an offsides call. So 32 seconds remain in this period. Jackets with some offensive pressure there, but couldn't quite punch that one in. Still with this 2-1 lead here. The final 30 seconds of the second period took away. Puck goes down. Brampton trying to muscle their way through. McInhill makes some contact. Now it's Dowse behind the net. Brampton again trying to punch that one in, and Ori able to clear that out, sends it up to Thomas. Thomas knocks it into Brampton territory. Given chase is Thomas, and Brampton's going to pick it up behind their own net. 10 seconds remaining as Jackets have not much time to score, and looks like this will be the score we take into period number 3. So we'll pause for 30 seconds and enter the final 15 minutes of this game. Jackets leading 2-1. I feel like you've got more. Maybe it's just like the longer you stand in it, but like the best body you have. Yeah, right? Whoa. So final 15 minutes. Dar, Olsgaard, Sullivan, Gutschall, Dowse, and Brampton. Dar gets it back to Gutschall. Gutschall sends it over to the sideboard, trying to chip that forward to Sullivan. Sullivan, though, gets it knocked off the stick, and it's going to be Dowse picking it up in neutral territory. Dowse puts the brakes on, tries to get that one free, able to get it up to Olsgaard, and Dar now going to get that one in right in the center, gets it over to us. Got it to Sullivan, and Dar had the back door wide open, but can't quite complete on that, and now it's going to be Brampton picking it up on the mid-boards. Brampton trying to get this puck free, trying to play that one all the way over to a long attacker, and that's going to slide behind the Jackets net. Gutschall trying to get a piece of it, and into the corner the puck goes. Gutschall knocks it up to Sullivan, and Sullivan and Olsgaard are going to get it out of the zone, trying to maintain possession here. Sullivan going to break through traffic, trying to get a stick on it, but she gets dragged down. Puck still loose, though. Sullivan trying to get back up to get a piece of it. Brampton, though, going to break it out. Vogelsang trying to make contact there in the middle of the ice, and Brampton drops it to the opposite wing, trying to get a shot off. Couldn't get a full shot, and Korchek able to poke that away to the blue line. It is, though, and Brampton able to get a cover on it as Vogelsang does a spin move there. Sure. So nice save there by Brampton, and we will get a whistle. 13:46 to go in the last period. Puck stuck under the circle, goes into the corner. Korchek whacks it over to Vogelsang. Vogelsang trying to dig this one off the boards. Vogelsang's gonna just take that one all the way down and into the zone, trying to get it to the front of the net, and again, that's going to be Clark. She's going to go down, and Svensson pulls it off the boards, trying to get it to Flaherty, but hits the stick, gets it to the middle, but it hits the stick of a Brampton player, and now Brampton's going to be off to the races. Nice stick poke there by Vogelsang, and gets it to Flaherty. Flaherty trying to hit Svensson. Not going to be enough for an icing, and Jackets are going to get to be able to change all 5, I think. Nope, they changed 4, and now Brampton coming down across the blue line. Brampton into Jackets territory, drops it to the blue liner. Puck comes in, and Brampton somehow able to get that one to glance off the leg pad. Picked up out of the corner by Ori, but caught at the blue line, and that puck's going to make it through into behind the net, and now it's going to be Thomas trying to dig that out. Brampton again picks it up, dangerous, and Brampton able to close that 5-hole quick as Brampton able to get a shot on net there, but Mullet now in the corner trying to pull this one out along with McInhill. Puck goes to the top of the circles, and that's going to sneak all the way through. Thomas trying to be the first there. Thomas gets a piece of it, able to pin this one down as Jackets kind of enter the zone, try to pin this one in. Dowse going to keep this one at the blue line. Nice keep there by Dowse as now it's going to be pinned there with Olsgaard. But, Jacket able to get through, and Gutschall takes a body down, but Brampton still with possession. Brampton gets a shot off, another shot, and they score. So 2-2 now with 11:44 to play.
Go, Jackets!
Okay. So Dar's, Olsgaard, Sullivan out here. Dar trying to send that one over to Olsgaard. Dar now, though, going to enter the zone with the puck. She's got Sullivan in the middle of the net. Dar takes a loop. Trying to get the rebound was Olsgaard. Dar, though, back to pick it up. Sends it up to Sullivan, trying to drop that one in. Brampton now going to try to exit the zone, but Olsgaard there to pick it up. Olsgaard able to get this one free, even some more, but it's going to be Brampton able to get out. Brampton now takes it across the line, and they get an angle on the net there. It goes right into the breadbasket of Brampton, and Olsgaard gets it out with Sullivan. Olsgaard and Sullivan going to take it out across the line. Sullivan loses possession. It's going to pop to the blue line, and That is going to exit the zone. Picked up by Flaherty. Flaherty going to chuck it into the corner, and Jackets give chase here. Clark, Svensson, and Flaherty on for the Jackets. Picked up by Vogelsang off the boards, trying to get that one, dance that one to the top of the circles, but Brampton picks it right back up. Brampton sends it the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing here. 10:41 to play.
Let's go, Jackets.
Go Jackets, bring the fire! Puck goes down. Ori sends a quick one to the front of the net. Puck's bouncing. Can't quit the rebound on it, and it's going to be picked up by McInhill. That one's now going to come to the stick of Brampton. Brampton able to clear that out. Vogelsang back to pick it up. Vogelsang trying to play that one forward to for McInhill. McInhill going to try to muscle her way through. Brampton picks it back up, but it's going to be Thomas who's going to be able to enter the zone with it. Thomas has Ori in the middle, but can't quite make it through traffic. Thomas, though, staying with the play. Picked up by McInhill now. And going to be sent, but nice catch there by Lekorchik. Brampton, though, picks it right back up and neutralized. Brampton going to take it down and enter the zone. Nice move by Lekorchik to knock that one off the stick. Up to Sullivan. Sullivan ready to chip it around the back of the boards, and Vogelsang there to pick it up. Sullivan trying to send it to the middle for Dar, but can't quite get it to go. But Svensson able to get that one free with Dar, but Dar's got a lot of traffic on it. Dar and Svensson both trying to work together to keep this one into the zone. Comes away, Luisa able to pick it up, but that's going to slide out, and we'll get an offsides call here as that one went in back in off the body of Mullet. 9:25 to play in the third, all tied up at 2. Flaherty, McInhill, Ori. Puck goes down, chipped long, and not going to be an icing call. Mullet forced to collect, trying to send that one up the Ori side. Comes back to the blue liner, though. She sends a shot in low. Can't quite get a deflection on it, though, and now Jackets trying to get this one out past the blue line, but Brampton's still there to pick it back up. Myers trying to send that one horseshoeing, and it's going to be Myers able to pick that up. Ori able to get it past the blue line, but can't quite maintain possession, and now that's going to picked up by Ori again. Ori trying to get that out, but only Brampton sticks there to go to, and Brampton now going to try to play this one through neutral ice and get some possession. Jackets going to regroup in their own zone, trying to send this one out, but Brampton intercepting that pass, keeping it in Jackets territory. Flaherty got it pinned in the corner along with Mullet. That's going to slide to the front of the Jackets net, but picked up by Myers. Myers sends it over to Ori. Ori going to slip off the end of the stick, and Brampton going to be able to chuck that one back into the Jackets territory. Mullet back to retrieve, sends it over to Myers. Myers looking for a pass. She sends it to Ori. Ori can't quite maintain, and now it's going to be on the stick of Dar. Dar turns it around and kind of playing with it here as I think she waits for reinforcements. Dar sending it up to Sullivan. Sullivan to Svensson. Svensson beats one defender, trying to get her way toward the front of the net. Sends it to the middle, but can't quite complete the pass. Douse there trying to keep that one in, but Brampton able to get it up free. And Brampton beats the defender, snuck past her, and beautiful defense and save there by Bramante. Puck still loose. Another shot from the blue line. Bouncing puck still on the loose, and bouncing still, oh my gosh. Come to the top of the circle, shot goes off of the legs of Svensson. Pinned behind the net by Gutschall, and it's going to be picked up by Dar. And that one is going to flee the zone as Sullivan trying to get that puck free along with Dar. And now it's going to be Gutschall going to take it. She gets to the red line and tries to send it in. Jackets looking a little discombobulated here late in this third period. Jackets trying to get this one on net, but Brampton just spreading it out. As a big collision there, not going to get a whistle. Picked up by Vogelsang, trying to take it through the middle, and it's going to be out of the zone by chipped back in by Brampton. Lakorchek now on the midboards, tries to get a pass off, but puck now still loose. Vogelsang going to pick it up, trying to play that one forward. She does get it free from the zone, but it's going to be Brampton with possession here in neutral ice. McInhill now going to grab possession, get it in, and give it a chuck as Jackets are going to change some. Brampton regrouping behind their own net. And again, send a long option, another shot, and Bramante seeing that one all day. Bramante saves the day once again as Brampton able to sneak a man past.
Let's go, Jackets!
Puck goes down to Dar, picked up by Brampton. Brampton sends it to the blue line. Sullivan able to clear it out of the zone, but Brampton tosses it back in. That's going to be offside, so Brampton had a couple of trailing players here, so we're going to get a neutral ice face-off. 5:40 to play, all tied up here after the Jackets scored 2 pretty quickly in the first period. Puck goes down, Svensson trying to muscle that one free. Brampton, though, there to pick it back up. Sullivan gets a stick on it and chips it into the Brampton zone, but Brampton trying to clear this one. And Brampton again trying to get the jump, and defended well by Dowse that time. Picked up by Svensson, and she's able to get that one farther in, but Star with it on the blue line, gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to muscle her way toward the front of the net. Can't quite get that one to go, but puck's still loose. Dowse dropping low on the boards, trying to get some offensive pressure. Now picked up again by Sullivan to the front with Flaherty. Bouncing puck, and then it's going to exit as Dowse goes back to collect. Dowse sends it over to Gutschall. Gutschall sends it up to Flaherty, and that one's going to come off the stick as now Flaherty back to pick it up. Flaherty gets it into the zone, and Flaherty, Olsgaard, McInhill going to be the ones to give chase here as Brampton quickly trying to move it back the other way. Nice stick there by McInhill to prevent the offensive charge. And that's going to be an offsides call here on the Jackets as the fight for the puck was on both sides of the border there. So Svensson, Dar, Ori now. Puck goes over to Myers. Myers trying to shovel it into the zone. Svensson gets it off the boards to Dar. Dar's got Ori in the front of the net, trying to loop around, looking for her options. Gets it to the front. Svensson shoots, but right into the logo of the Canadiette goalie. And we'll get a whistle. 4:08 to play in the third. Puck goes down to Dar. Svensson trying to get a piece of it. Comes back to Myers. Myers gets it into the middle, but Brampton shovels it away, and now that one's going to go horseshoeing around the back of the net. Myers dropping low on the boards, makes contact, able to come away with it, sends it over to Svensson. Ori now with the puck. She just trying to get it into the front, but can't quite make that one go. Dar trying to keep this one at this blue line, and Brampton, though, trying to launch as Dowse, though, hot off the bench, able to pick this puck up. Dowse makes contact again, and loose puck is going to be coming toward the front of the net. Shot and cleared out of the way by Dowse. Somehow, as now Jackets got to get this one free from the zone. Gutschall trying to get possession, but that's going to slide over to the opposite side. And Svensson going to try to muscle this one free, but Brampton able to send that one back in from the front of the net, or from the blue line. Puck's loose with Douse now. Douse trying to get this one out to Sullivan. Sullivan gives it a chip out of the zone. 3 minutes left. Brampton, though, going to quickly regroup as Jackets try to change some lines. Drop pass to the blue line. Shot goes to the stick of Myers. Myers able to clear this one out, and Brampton sends it back in offsides, so we will get an offsides call. 2:45 to play. Puck goes down to McInhill. Brampton trying to get this one through. Brampton makes a press toward the front of the net, but defended well by Myers. And Brampton, though, behind the back of the net again. It's going to pop up to Sullivan trying to race for it, but Brampton catches that one. Now Lakorchek trying to fight this one off the sideboards. Brampton comes away with possession. Brampton passes it behind the back of their net again, trying to get that one up to their blue liner, but a little miscommunication, and that one's going to make it free. Olsgaard tries to make a diving attempt at it. Brampton, though, going to collect and come back into the zone. Trying for the drop pass there. Sullivan knocks it off the puck momentarily, and that one's going to go toward the front of the net for a glove cover there by Vermonti. So 2:02 to play, all tied up. I believe we go to 3-on-3 overtime. No shootouts until playoff games. So we can end in a tie after some amount of time playoff, or overtime, 3 minute. But hopefully we don't have to worry about that. Dar coming down the ice. She's got Flaherty with her. Drop pass to Svensson. Svensson with a long shot, but a little too on target there as that one goes right into the goaltender. But offensive zone faceoff upcoming, 1:50 to play. Puck goes down to Dar. Svensson trying to dig it out. She gets it dug out, but doesn't have a stick to use on it, and that trickles all the way under the goaltender's glove, so we will rinse and repeat there. Puck drops to Dar again, gets it back to Svensson. Svensson loops around the front, trying to get it over to Flaherty, I think, and it's going to be Dawes dropping low to keep that one contained. Brampton again to pick it up. They're trying to exit the middle of the zone. Dawes trying to keep it in, but slips just barely past on the line, and we'll get an offsides call here. So Dar, Svensson, Sullivan. Svensson trying to drag that one in. Svensson comes away with it. She's going to make a press toward the front of the net. Can't get a full stick on it. Brampton picks it back up behind the net. Trying to play that out on the Dowse side, but hits the body. That's going to sneak through. Gutschall going to be off to the races. Can't quite make the play. And can't do the full three pass. It's going to be Brampton who didn't score that goal. And another shot, bouncing puck goes up and almost in as now it's Gutschall fighting for possession here. Pops back to the blue line, shovel pass in, comes to the skates of Gutschall, and it'll be a cover by Vermonti, and we'll get a whistle. 53 seconds even left to play. Puck goes down to McInhill. Sullivan able to dig it out. She's just going to send that one trickling. Jacket's going to be the ones to give chase. And Brampton now going to send that one back up forward. Lakorchek trying to get a stick on it. She gets it up to Sullivan. Sullivan looking for some space here. She crosses into the zone, trying to maintain possession here. Gets knocked off the puck. 32 seconds remain. Brampton looking for the long option. Loses it on her skates, though, and McInhill able to get a hold of it, trying to send that one up to Sullivan. She's going to just chuck that one deep in the zone and go for the change. Ori, the lone offenseman, left in the zone as Brampton going to try for the last push, but Ori able to keep that one in. Gets it up to Svensson. Svensson looking for a middle option. 8 seconds left. Svensson gets tied up in the corner, and it seems Brampton might be happy to let this one live, and that will be the end of regulation. So Okay, we will get 3-on-3 overtime now. 3 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime, it appears. I believe there is OT. 3-on-3 overtime for 3 minutes. No shootouts, though. So Jackets with their first group of 3 out here. It looks like it's going to be Dowse, Dar, and Sullivan. Puck goes down. Brampton trying to pick it up. That's going to come to the stick of Dowse. Dowse trying to skate it through, but gets caught in the skates. And now Brampton going to have a press at the net. Dar and Sullivan back quick, though, and Dar preventing the first shot as she takes that into the corner. Back to the blue liner. And a shot comes in. Bramante sends it aside. And Brampton, though, still maintaining possession. Brampton sends it to the top of the opposite circle. Drop pass now, and Dar trying to get this puck free. As puck comes in, picked up again. Another shot, bouncing puck, picked up by Bramante, and we'll get a cover. 2:18 remaining in the OT. So second set it is Vogelsang, Flaherty, and Svensson. Puck down. Brampton able to send it back to the blue liner. Shot comes in, bouncing puck. Flaherty and Svensson trying to get this free. Svensson going to be off to the races. Svensson and Flaherty coming in across the blue line. Svensson loops her way into the corner, loses possession, and Brampton's going to be the one to pick that up. Brampton now trying to get this one through. Brampton able to play it past the defender, but slowed down enough to not have a press on the net, and it's going to be Flaherty now again. Flaherty trying to get that up to Svensson, but little collision there. Now it is going to be Svensson there, back to pick it up. Svensson trying to get this one into the zone, but loses it off the end of the stick, and now Brampton trying for their own press. Dar again going to come out, though. Dar got a one-on-one, trying to get that through. Gets it through, but can't get the shot off, and now puck down again, back out to Dowse. Dowse and Sullivan back on the ice, trying to get to the front of this net.
Yes,
Comes to Dowse. Dowse with a shot off the body. Puck still loose. Picked up by Sullivan again. Sullivan makes a man miss, trying to play this one through. Gets it to the front. Shot! And diving save by the goaltender to prevent that backdoor from trickling in, as Dar had a bit of an opportunity there. 1:08 now to play in overtime. The puck goes down to Dar again. Dar trying to muscle it into the corner. Brampton going to be the one to dig it out. Brampton gets that one clear, but Sullivan able to get a stick on it, keep that one in. Sullivan trying to keep this one in, but comes out into neutral territory, gets it over to Dowse. Dowse trying to play it up for Dar. Dar trying to get that one over to Sullivan, but hits some traffic, and now Sullivan going to send it up. Dar going to get a hold of it, but it's pass going to slip behind the back of the net. Brampton now going to be off to the races. 35 seconds remaining. They've got a two-man press here. Send the pass, trying to corral it, and can't get the shot off. Nice stick work there by Douse. Brampton sending a bouncing puck up to their blue liner. Jackets with no gas left in the tank, as now it's going to be Flaherty off to attack. Brampton sending a pass in, trying to get a last press at the net. 13 seconds remaining, broken up by Flaherty. Flaherty sends it up to Vogelsang. Vogelsang going to be off to the races, but we only got 6 seconds left. She needs to make a shot. Trying to hit the brakes, gives it to the corner, and that's going to be that as time expires. And Jackets will take a tie in game 2. And we'll be back tomorrow. So that'll be it for today. Jackets back tomorrow for games 3 and 4 versus Sioux and Florida Alliance.